In the nightcap, the Phoenix Suns take on the Los Angeles Lakers. I know that there's a prop angle that you like on this game, but as far as a side, what's your lean in Suns Lakers with the Lakers a 1.5 favorite?
Well, I really want to take the Suns full game because they've lost four straight versus the Lakers, but I
Okay.
know that the Lakers have a major size advantage. Like I've been watching the Suns lately, they're kind of going to be like the I'm not gonna say Denver Nuggets because the Nuggets can still play defense, but the Suns they're just not a great defensive team, and
Right.
obviously they don't have their big three right now. They're beating teams with their offense, and I know in the back of my mind that the Lakers have the size advantage, which means they have more rim protection because once Nurkic goes out the game, the Suns don't really have a ton of rim protection, which Nurkic isn't even the best rim protector as it is. But when you have Vanderbilt back, you have guys like Jackson Hayes, you have Hachimura, you have Anthony Davis, who I mean might be the defensive player of the year right now. So they have the edge when it comes to that. The Suns rely on jump shots. If they're hitting their jump shots, they can beat anybody. It's when they get to missing them that you won't be. They already don't drive to the paint, but you probably won't be able to drive to the paint a ton here unless you get Anthony Davis in foul trouble. So I lean Suns more early with the revenge on their minds. They hadn't faced the Suns with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant as well this year. The first time they beat them by 3, which was a comeback win as well. The Suns came out and smacked them. Lakers came back and outscored them in the fourth quarter. And I could actually see the same thing happening here because the Lakers can really lean on their defense here. But I lean Suns in the first quarter. But if I was betting full game, I must say I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers got it done once again, even though the Suns have four times revenge here.
For me, a lot of this is just though it's the home game, right? Is like if this is neutral court, I think I'm on Suns, but the Lakers have been really good. Their home court advantage is a little bit juiced right now based off of the opponents that they've faced and the performances that they've had there. But that's why I have this at a very comfortable margin for the Los Angeles Lakers is how they've played at home so far. They've been really good in that spot. You mentioned they've lost 4 straight to the Lakers. To me, I do think there's a little bit of a tactical advantage that the Lakers have here, especially being a little bit banged up. We'll see kind of what Booker's situation is going into this game. The other thing
He's
I'll say
playing,
is
man.
in your
Booker's
favor,
playing.
if we ask like what's the we do this in football, right? Like what's the best unit on the field? The best unit on the field in this game, I think, is the Suns offense. Like they're seventh in schedule adjusted offensive rating. So like they're the best unit on the team here or on the floor. And that does, I think, give them an advantage. The problem is that the worst unit on the field is the Suns defense. So you have like a pretty bad situation. Booker's not on the injury report, by the way, for this game, so he should be good to go. The usual assortment of LeBron's questionable with a left calf. Yeah, he's going to play.
Stop it.
There's been an interesting debate about how much LeBron is like, what's LeBron's approach going to be? Because, and I've heard both sides of it, and I honestly don't know. There's one side that says LeBron is always aware of history. And so from his perspective, he needs to win 3 games to get a weekend in Vegas, make a little extra dough, which he doesn't need, doesn't care about it, but it's good for his teammates. But the more important thing is he gets to say he was the first MVP and winner of the cup,
Yep.
right?
And I can
The
see that.
Suns, I think, are in a little bit more of just like they are just generally trying to figure out how to win. They want to win. Booker, I do think, has he's a pretty competitive dude. As much as he may not like doubles in summer league or summer play, but he's pretty competitive. KD, I just think, goes out and always plays the same way. Vogel will have them prepared. So Vogel, I like in the coaching matchup here versus Darvin Ham. I think he's the better coach here. There's a lot of reasons I think to lean Suns, but I can't get there with this being in LA. Like if I'm catching
Right.
5 with the Suns, sure. 4.5 even. Sure. 4. I'd probably be on Suns, but at 2, I'll go ahead and I'll lay the points with the Lakers. I am going to take the over based off of that principle of the best unit on the court is going to be the Suns offense and the worst is the Suns defense. The Lakers have tended to do pretty well offensively when they face bad defenses. They can't score on good sound defense, but they can find ways to score and hit threes. We saw that in the Memphis game where they hit all those threes, which was in LA, by the way. Also, little bit of LA nightlife hangover here, right? Suns probably went over on Saturday, night off, all day Sunday, all day Monday here in LA. Think that's probably a little bit of an edge there. I'll take the
Man,
Lakers in that spot.
you want to know a crazy stat against the spread? The Lakers have not covered or lost back-to-back games against the spread in their last 18 games. It's been win-loss. This is like it's something real big with me in NBA is noticing the patterns. This team has went win-loss, win-loss, win-loss every single game for the last 18 games. They did win their last game and cover spread. So I'm not saying that the Suns are going to win, but that's a really crazy pattern there, especially a large sample size. 18 games. They have not lost back-to-back against the spread. They haven't won back-to-back. But I just want to go a little bit further. If I was to make a play on this game, it would be LeBron James under his 2.5 threes. It's a little bit juiced at -150, but he's only went over that one. He's 1-4 in the last 5 games, going over 2.5 3-pointers made. And I feel like this is a matchup where he could have success getting to the rim and mid-range. It's like most of those times when he takes a ton of threes, it's when they're blocking him off from getting to the rim. So he has to shoot those threes. We know his jumper just isn't the greatest. He can hit this, but I feel like in this particular matchup, he could have more success in driving to the rim rather than trying to just shoot from the 3-point line, in my opinion, especially when Nurkic goes out of the game. So they do have Vanderbilt back, but also on the Suns side, I'd lean Devin Booker over his points and assists. First off, he's playing point guard for them, so he's going to get the assists, but points as well. I'm not sure who they're going to have guard him. It can't be D'Angelo Russell. It can't be Austin Reeves. You're probably going to, when Vanderbilt is in there, he's probably going to be on Durant. So, Devin Booker, he's going to cook in this game, man. I do think looking at his points and assists or even PRA over is worth a look here. But if I was to make a play on this game, and I'll probably sprinkle a little some on it, LeBron James under his 2.5 3-pointers made in this particular game. I just think he has more success driving to the basket here.
I think I'll probably look for Christian Wood props here, based off of the fact that he's going up against Drew Eubanks. You mentioned the lack of size on the Suns. Christian Wood has actually not been bad whenever he's got a favorable matchup. And that makes sense, right? Like Christian Wood's not a player that you want in a tough spot, but he is a guy that will beat up on lineups where he can have a lot of success. And I feel like this might be one of those. So I'll be looking for Christian Wood props closer to the start of the game.